What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Put It in the Book show. I'm very excited to say spring training episode number 1. Our last episode was Lockout City, or whatever the hell we called it. But welcome in, everybody. I got my green. I got the Irish going. I know it's the day after St. Patrick's Day, but got to represent for this show. I'm Steve. I got Keith to my left.
Hi.
Oh, look how quiet he is today.
Rodriguez, right down there. What's up, sir? How's it going?
That's me. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I don't know if you noticed, but I fixed my microphone issues from last week. I'm no longer...
You already told us, but since you
crackling. Well, man, the fans don't know. We're interacting. You already told us.
Can I just do a little behind the scenes, but up front on the show production type of question?
Yes. Wait, Rodriguez. Questions? Okay.
Well, it's to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, would you do the Flockaton today? Yes.
No, I can't do.
Come on, you were such a role earlier. We have a personal chat between the show team.
That would be a rant. I was ranting. Yes.
That's what a Flockaton is, baby. Flockaton's a rant.
It's a mini rant, right? The Flockaton.
All right, I'll do it.
It is a mini rant. You do your Flockaton. I will rant without the F words today.
That works for me.
Brother. You're gonna do the Will Smith on us.
So you're not gonna talk about
no curse. About who?
Oof.
Exactly.
We will mention that for just a second. But before we get that going, Producer Joe, let's go ahead and get this party started here on a Friday night, baby.
Do this, Producer Joe.
Put up the box. All right. Welcome back in here to get this party started. A rare Friday show from us. But here we are.
Farachi.
Yeah.
We got it.
Is that a nice clay drop?
I like that.
Oh, man. Terzio.
Okay. Looking at those videos, I kind of miss when we were together. When we did the Studio 5 thing.
For sure.
And we were all together, and I could never get Keith to catch the damn coffee.
No, I caught it a couple times.
I do remember coffee being spilled all over Studio 5. That bag took a beating. And it started with the coffee farts. Remember that?
Right. Remember, because that's true. That's also came from us all being together because the coffee bag had a coffee anus where we would smell the coffee farts, which smelled delicious.
Well, so Rodriguez is, and you guys out there, you let us know what you guys think. But did Rodriguez just say he misses us?
Jeez, Louis.
And it's caught on recording.
Put a poll up in the chat.
Down.
We're gonna be
speaking of polls,
we're gonna be like Levitar. We're gonna start doing polls.
I've grown soft lately. Up here,
wow.
Down there, just up here.
You need morning
wood.
All right,
everybody, that's our show for tonight.
I do need some morning wood. We do. I do. Where would I get some morning wood from, Mr. Keith?
It's pretty cool. You can actually get some morning wood in many ways. But the best way to get it, especially the safest way, cleanest way, and disease-free way is to visit www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. From their roastery to your front door, only the finest beans are selected for this coffee.
Oh my goodness!
What? Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, they handpick their beans, and they have some delicious flavors. They're a small they're a small roastery. You like that term, roastery?
That's very fancy of you.
Yeah, they're small, so it's very personal when they roast your beans. Everything I say now, I feel like I'm saying something that's open for jest here. So they roast your beans.
Oh shit! He's got the giggles.
I said it. I said it
There we
before.
go.
This is gonna be one of those shows.
Yeah,
boy.
they roast your beans to order.
Like
Or hold on. Be
nice and
professional,
warm.
Keith. Fuck
Warm beef.
jokes.
Whom?
Fuakata jokes. How you dare you fuakata jokes?
For now. Yeah,
Giggly.
they
Giggity go.
within 24
Do it,
hours you'll
Joe.
get your coffee. You order it, they'll roast it. Within 24 hours of being roasted, they'll get your coffee. I'm not going to talk about roasting beans no more because for some reason it's sparking a lot of jokes in my head that I can't say. So www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com and check out their flavors. And if you act now and only now, last week, maybe even next week, and use the code PopCulturePros or capitals, you will get your third bag free. So you can try an extra bag of coffee. Check out a different flavor. There's a ton of flavors out there. I don't recall all the flavors right now. I can tell you what I love.
You can't recall any.
They're all
I
delicious.
definitely can. Morning Wood. I love Morning Wood.
Oh,
Banana Hannah is really good. Cinnabuzz is really
some for
good.
you. Cinnabuzz.
Yeah.
Is it Banana Hannah?
Banana Hannah.
Yeah, with the morning wood.
What's the other one? The chocolate one?
How can you go wrong?
Dark roast, dark chocolate, baby.
Boom! And how many calories coming out? Because I forgot.
Settle.
Boom! So
Actually
it's
got some
chocolate,
of that right here.
delicious coffee, and it doesn't cost you a calorie. 0 calories. None. Did you hear what I said?
Air.
None. Check them out now. www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. From their roastery to your front door. I apologize in advance. It's been a long time since I did this ad.
Yes.
But I hope you got a laugh out of it. www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. Guaranteed to ship within 24 hours of its roast date. Pop Culture Pros is your code to get your third bag free.
Warm.
Heard of them.
Yeah, Benoit beans.
Like this.
Oh, like all right. All right, let's talk some New York Mets baseball. Why don't we?
Do it.
I reached with the left for my whiskey and it's to my right. Cheers, guys.
He's all flustered.
Cheers. This is a true Irish coffee.
Hold on, making sure I don't have dirty fingernails live. I don't. Okay, good.
Yeah, me neither. I'll hold on like that.
Everybody's looking out for you on that.
Right. They'll screenshot my fingernails and they'll all go.
All right. So Keith, I want to start off with you on this one. We just got an apology out of Robinson Cano fans. That's what it sounded like to me, by the way. What do you do with that? We're already pissed off that he is not playing a game. He was getting hurt. He's overpaid. He's old. All this stuff. Here comes this apology. What did you make of it?
You turn him into a circle like Rodriguez.
And that's it.
That's it. Sorry. It's Friday. This is what happens when you do a show on
exactly.
Friday. Let's this is no secret that I would love for him to just turn into a circle. But the thing is, he is on a team. We got 2 more years of circles talking. We got 2 more years of him, and it's something that we have to deal with. I don't think it's Uncle Steve, Daddy Warbucks, but I don't think as long as this guy performs on any kind of level that we can use him and it helps the team. I don't think Uncle Steve is gonna eat $24 million on his contract. So it's something we're just gonna have to get used to. His apology itself, it was. I get his approach, and I kind of hate to say that, but I get his approach. I'm sorry, I was wrong. He doesn't want to get into details because that just opens up a can of worms.
Yeah.
And it
can
goes
of beans,
down,
warm beans,
can of beans,
can of beans, can of Benoit balls, and it goes down a path that is never ever ending. So
I don't know.
He decided to take the path of, I'm sorry, take my apology, but I'm not giving you all the, because they asked him a ton of questions. Well, why did you do it? What was your reason? What was it? And he goes, I have no excuse. Well, we're not worried about excuses. What was your reason? And he deflected all that. So I don't blame him for that. And I know I read some comments, but internet comments are ridiculous. But I read some comments, but opening that can of worms is not the way to go. He apologizes. He apologized. He addressed the team. And as long as he's productive and he helps the team, he's going to stay on the team. I'm sure if he comes and he bats .212 for half the year, there'll be discussions of dropping him. Pretty sure. Cano.
Let's not give him a half a year though. at 220.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cano is not going to go down that path. The guy is a contact hitter. Without the shift and everything else, he'll probably get on base a little bit. He's gonna. I think he's gonna be a good, helpful addition to the team. Still don't like him, but I have to be fair in my assessment.
Tergio says for $24 million, this is what we get. An apology.
And not even a good
Rodriguez,
one.
anything to add?
Do you think that Cano did that because the media guys from the Mets said you need to make a public apology, and you need to let the fans know what you're doing, because otherwise they're gonna hate you, they're gonna make your life miserable. Okay, you're not gonna be able to perform properly because you're afraid of needles. God forbid you're afraid of needles.
A quote from the New York porch.
I didn't see that. I didn't. Oh, the New York porch. Okay.
Come on. It doesn't even matter. The point is that his apology was a half-ass apology. He should have fielded the questions a little bit more honestly and said, I took what I took to try and compete because I didn't feel good. I messed up. I'll never do it again. I'm sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Tell the truth, because this hemming and, I don't want to get into the details. It doesn't have to be detailed. It just has to be the truth. And the problem is the fans didn't see the truth yet. But like Keith said, guy hits 300, he's a fan favorite. Guy hits 220, he'll be gone before midseason, and that's what's really going to happen. So at the end of the day, he's still making $24 million, people. So who gives a rat's ass if he's miserable or not? Boo the hell out of him, because he deserves it. He's the lousy, stinking skank, and he shouldn't even be on our team. Luckily, we owe him $24 million. But guess what? Skanks die too. He'll die slowly into the night, just like Derek Jeter did, just like he left the Marlins. Gone, left with his butt, intact, sort of, because A-Rod took care of that. But Derek Jeter just left the Marlins. He just left them, ran away because he's with a losing team, and they don't want to give him the money that he wanted anyway.
The money.
Sucks to be you, Skanky.
And you know what? Let me just
live studio audience, baby.
Wow.
Thank you. This is recorded in front of a live studio audience. Let
me be like Joey
Gladstone.
Come on now, cut it out.
Let me also just give a quick little to Van Jagenet, because that was his client. He brought him over here to get paid. Him with Jed's dead. This is really his fault that he's here. So
you're not prohibited from giving them a mid-show fuacata. Fuacatas are allowed at any time during the show.
Yeah,
so if you feel
multiples.
like giving somebody one,
you can do multiples.
They like it better.
Everybody likes multiples.
Everybody likes multiples. Yeah.
Roast them.
Feel free.
Yeah, I got a lot of the Irish part of that coffee just there. Yeah.
All right.
There
it is. See?
There it is.
came out of his heart, because I just by surprise.
Look at as long as our closer performs to his duties, that it gives you a little bit of forgiveness for the Cano thing. But because Cano is the next couple of years, and Diaz could be the next 10, 12, 15 years, depending on how things go. So if they play him the way Buck says he's going to play him, he's going to be an effective player off the bench. Absolutely. Minimal at second base, DH a lot of times. Sometimes make him the emergency catcher.
Just have him around, because honestly, he is a pro. He's an experienced pro, and he can calm these young Spanish guys down and keep them in check. And even the young white guys will listen to him a little bit. They won't understand him, but they'll listen to him. When he goes like this, they'll understand that. So it's not such a bad thing, but still boom.
Better coming from him than Lindor.
Yeah.
Listen, Lindor's
got to be good this year. Yeah,
Lindor's gonna have a very nice year.
Hit a dong today. Mm-hmm. Had a nice little fan interaction, which is he needs that. He needs a little of that too. Dong.
You're a big
speaking of dongs, Dom hit 2 home runs against Scherzer the other day. Ding dong. And then DeGrom on the mound yesterday struck out Lindor on 3 pitches, McNeil on 4 pitches, and I don't remember who the third guy was.
Yeah, boy.
I like that. This is going to be great with the sound.
This is good. This is great stuff. Like this is upper echelon stuff here.
Do we no, I heard something. I was reading something about Dom Smith. He played all last year with an injury.
Excuse machine.
You didn't see any of that. Okay, we'll talk about next show then.
No, I didn't see it. But excuse machine? No.
Possibly, or reason machine. Who knows, right? We'll see what happens.
Oh, reason machine. Nobody's ever said that to me.
Well,
word.
It says he played with a partially torn labrum last season.
Excuse machine. But he does come back in and say that his goal here this year is hit 330 home runs. Cowbell, what's up, man? Cowbell. It's the Irish stuff. All right, so it was the labrum. All right, but let's switch gears here real quick to some of the things that have happened around baseball that have a little bit to do with the Mets. Freddie Freeman heads over to the Dodgers, leaves the Braves. Just saw some stories that he was quite hurt to find out that that they got Olsen in that deal. But he gets a 6-year, $162 million contract out of LA. And now LA just doesn't have a hole in that lineup at all. So, that's competition down the road, a couple, 6 games during the regular season. And then as we have playoff aspirations, we look towards the playoffs, and that could be a potential battle down. So Freeman's not out of our hair yet. It's kind of well, those of you with hair, he's not out of there yet. So what do you guys think about Olsen coming in? He immediately gets a big deal out of the Braves, so it's not like they've lost much there. Freddie Freeman was a Met killer throughout his career. And really, he kills everybody. I mean, the guy is just unbelievable. Got a great glove. So I'm glad he's out of there. But you bring in now Olsen, and that's not much easier for us. Rodriguez, that was the one guy that you liked almost liked on the Braves. Now you can kind of like him a little bit more.
I can kind of like him now, actually, because I respected him on the Braves because of his relationship with Cy Grom. And I tolerated him, for
the
that.
kid stuff. Remember that?
Yeah, he was like a human being. So even though he was a Brave and lived in in the stadium on the ground, with the other, groundhogs, I didn't like him, but I respected him. Now with the Dodgers, I can like him a little bit. I can be let myself be more of a fan. However, he's still a Met killer. So he's the problem, especially when he went to the team called the Dodgers that, they pretty much have every talented person in the National League on their squad. I mean, they're going to be a terrific team again this year. However, if we become a team, hopefully, maybe the sum of our parts will make us a better team than other teams are. Some people play individual ball, maybe if we play team ball, because I don't know about you guys. I'm not that convinced about that outfield. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not that convinced about it. And I'll tell you why whenever Faraci throws it to that topic. Because he's the boss.
Our outfield, you mean, right?
Our outfield. Absolutely our outfield. I don't give a rat's ass about the Dodger outfield.
I was looking at that too, and it baffles me.
It's not that impressive. It's not that impressive.
It's not. I'm not getting. We'll get into that because I'm sure Conforto's on the agenda tonight anyway. So.
And
I hope he doesn't go to the Phillies, huh? Lose my mind if he goes to the Phillies or the Braves. I swear to God, Faraci, it'll be your fault again.
No, it will not. This is the guy who wanted to sign him from the beginning.
Oh my God!
In the last 3 seasons of playing ball, Olsen has hit 30 home runs twice. The one time he didn't was during a 60-game set. He bats 260 to 270. He's 27 years old. This is a no-brainer for the Braves.
For the Braves, absolutely.
Yeah,
they save a ton of money.
The kid is a stud. He was a Gold
Did they
Glover.
save a ton of money?
Yeah, for now they did.
How?
Because they would have had to sign him in 5 years because he probably would have tried to be a Brave. They get him now.
Oh no! Oh,
when he's gone, it'll be like Freddie Freeman. It'll be like
I thought you meant they save money over Freeman, but I think he got a bigger contract.
He's under control. Olsen's under control to 2024. Olsen's under control to 2024. It's going to be his. I think this is his first arbitration eligible year. But the kid is a stud. 2-time Gold Glover, 30 home run guy, 260. He hit over 100 RBIs last year. He's a big time player. This is a no brainer for the Braves.
Yeah, he really
and
is.
I'm actually upset that they brought this guy in. I was thinking they lost Freddie Freeman. We're gonna get a break, but this kid is a beast.
No, it's even Steven for me.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah.
However, will he be a Met killer? I don't know for sure.
That's if we say that's a no, then it's better for us.
Yeah, let him have all the stats he wants. I don't give a rat to that.
What about strikeouts though? He strikes out a lot. Does he strike out a lot more than Freeman, or am I off base on that?
He's got 113 strikeouts last year, which isn't too bad.
That's not bad for a power guy.
Yeah.
He's got a big lefty hold though, right? He's a lefty, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think I've seen him bat.
He bats left, throws
like
right.
A hole here. You can get him here,
which is curious.
And
bats left,
and you got
right.
So when it comes to our pitching staff, you got DeGrom, you got Scherzer. You brought
they
in
can pop him inside.
You brought in Bassett, who plays with this guy. He's played with him for the last several years. He knows how to get him out.
Yeah,
and
But then you could say the opposite, where the other guy knows how to hit him.
Freddie Freeman, it's comparable. He had 107 strikeouts last year.
100, yeah, okay. So and what was the batting average? The batting average
last year for Freeman, I believe, was 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at 300 last year for Freeman on a dot with 31 homers, 83 ribbies. And Olsen for last year was 267, I believe. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. He was 260. He's 271 last year. 39 home runs, 111 ribbies. So, I mean, and he's 27. He hasn't, he's about at his peak. He's approaching his peak. So this guy's going to be good for years to come.
All right, let's move on from kissing the Braves' ass. In our bullpen, when we told you, I saw Brandon Loop from Terzio. The Mets did bring in Jason Shreve, old buddy, old pal. So that's right now that's the lone lefty in the bullpen. So we'll see what the Mets do over the next less than 3 weeks until opening day. But for now, it's just the one guy. And I just happened to scroll and I saw Terzio's favorite Met, James McCann, catching. All right. What else transpired that could impact the Mets? Not too impactful. Chris Bryant goes to the Rockies. Everybody's confused as to why that happened on either end. Schwarber, that's the next guy. So Schwarber signs with the Phillies, and Schwarber last year with the Nationals just ripped everybody apart. And then he wound up getting traded to the Red Sox, thankfully, but not before our season was pretty much over. So you got this guy, big, powerful lefty, in a bandbox, a little toy stadium down in Philadelphia. That just makes our jobs a little bit more difficult when we head down there. Any thoughts on that? He's a big dude. He's had injuries over the years, and he had a successful last year. Parlays that into a 4-year, $74 million deal.
Yeah, it kind of all depends, right? He played 113 games last year. Mm-hmm. He played 155 in 2019, 137 in 2018. So he plays a significant enough amount of games to impact, and he's a 30 home run guy. So yeah, it's a big impact because now you're adding him to that Phillies lineup, which is already pretty deep and pretty powerful.
How many games did he play last year?
113.
Oh,
yeah, 113.
We wouldn't be happy with anybody playing 113.
No,
games.
He's 28 years old. He should be playing 140 plus easily.
Yeah.
But he's a chunky man who can't play the field. All he can do is hit. So he's lucky he was able to go to the Red Sox and finish out the season there, where he basically DH'd and played some first base. Playing first base is a breeze. Let me tell you something. I love to play first base. So easy.
But ironically enough, when he went to the
Boston, don't let Keith Hernandez hear you say that. What do you mean it's easier,
baby? Keith Hernandez got pimples on his ass.
It doesn't matter. He was great at it, but it's still an easy base to play.
Did you guys hear that Josh Lewin episode?
No, I went to listen to it today, and it said Thursday on it, so I thought that's the one that you were talking about, and then I heard an episode with no Keith Hernandez, and I was like,
I'll forward it to you after the show. But yeah, He opens the show quoting a page from page 180 or something like that of Keith Hernandez's book. He's got pimples on his ass, but I don't know why he did that, but I thought it was great.
Wait, it's in the book.
It's in Keith Hernandez's book.
I have the book. I wish you had the if you were sure about that page.
Yeah, page 180 or something like that. Yeah, I can find out. But Schwarber, ironically enough, when he went to the Red Sox, he only played 31 games less, but he also hit 18 less home runs, but batted about 40 more points on his average. So, yeah, he's inconsistent at best, but the guy
Wait, did you say 18 less home runs?
Yeah, he hit 7 home runs in Boston in 41
No.
games.
Yeah, but that was the same season though, right? He got traded.
Yeah, 2021. He got traded to Boston. In 72 games in Washington, he hit 25 homers, and he only hit 7 in Boston and 41 games. So
when did he get traded though? Within the
Don't
year.
know.
So
I only know the game split. I can look at the time, but it was 72 games.
It had to be around the trade deadline. So
72 games in Washington. I'm assuming. Yeah, it was All-Star break thereabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of him. We have 2 guys that have a fastball that can go up and in on him, and he's a lefty. He's not going to hit that. He's not going to hit up and in.
Listen, it's not right. I agree.
The problem is you pop one up in Philadelphia and it's out. It's into the 17th row.
As a fan, I'm
not if you break his bat right out his hand. Break that bat. The ground and Scherzer can do it.
That's going to lead me into the next subject, maybe, if Faraci allows us to go that way, which is Conforto is potentially rumored to be flirting with the Phillies. So if you add Conforto to that mix, it does make a big difference, I will say. Now you got
let's take this opportunity to talk about the Mets outfield real quick.
Okay.
So you got Nimmo, right? We're waiting for him to have that full non-injury season.
Brandon injury Nimmo. Isn't that his middle initial I?
And then you bring in Marte, who I wanted for a couple of years.
And now he's a lot older with oblique issues. I love the oblique issues. That means he's gonna get an oblique pull, and he'll be out for 3 months. Done.
All right, so just to settle this down. Friday is poop and milk day for both of you. So maybe we should move the Friday. Let's get some positivity out there on Friday.
Yeah, well,
Marte's not going to play. Throw it as it is. Call the truth, though. It's the truth. You guys are not. Don't tell me that you're so happy with that outfit that you wouldn't want Conforto instead of. No,
I'm happy with Marte. Absolutely,
I love Marte. Yeah, but
if Nimmo could put together a full season, I am not big on Marcana. We talked about this in the chat, and you just looking at his stats, even his fielding.
He's not better than Conforto.
He's not. It's straight up. He's not. He's not better than Conforto.
He's not better. So why did we sign him and not Conforto?
I thought we signed him as a 4th, 5th outfielder. I mean,
that's what I would sign him as. That right? I agree. 4th or 5th, fine. But the spot should still be Conforto's. I don't understand that. Or at least go after somebody that can put some pop on the ball. Get the kid from Houston, the one that plays the third base or whatever. The shortstop that's a free agent right now.
Correa?
Trevor Story. Put him in right field. Are you kidding me? He's still
what about you put Story at second base and McNeil can go to right field, which was one of his top positions.
That would be even better.
McNeil, first of all,
McNeil is just sitting out there.
I think McNeil's going to have a good year. I think McNeil's going to have a good year.
Wow, he's very nice.
Very nice.
I like.
I like. I think
like
McNeil's going to have a really good year this year. But in terms of Conforto, let's be honest. In terms of available talent or foreseeable available talent in the next couple of years, he's one of the best out there. He's a Met. He knows our team. He's familiar with our process. We should have brought him back in, And I was having this conversation with Faraci the other night. It's not just his bat. Yes, his bat's super inconsistent, but his defense is impeccable. He's potential Gold Glover, and
he's very good.
It's really hard to replace that kind of glove. He's got an arm. He's got a glove. He's got coverage.
He's been up in big spots. He's hit 2 home runs in a World Series game.
Let me just say one last thing. I would like to see the Mets step up and say, you know what, Phillies, you're not getting another one of our players that's going to come against us, and just sign him. Because
I agree. You know,
yeah.
dude, I really do agree with you 100%. I would like to have Conforto back. I think he plays a great defense, and I think he's a good enough hitter to stay on this team. However, maybe we're not really just. Maybe we should think a little more about this. Maybe they want that kid Vientos to come and play some right field, because they're putting him. They've been playing him in the outfield in the minor leagues now. Okay, so he's getting that experience. So, and he's a big power bat, and he's a young
Batty
guy.
can't play out there. He's a big dude.
Listen, no, Batty's a third baseman.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this guy they signed. What did they sign this third baseman guy for? Eduardo, or whatever his name is. Ramirez. What's his name? Is that his name?
No, it's not. It's not Ramirez. It's
Sanchez, Escobar. Eduardo Escobar.
You're just gonna go down the list.
I was just gonna go down all the Spanish names. I know a few of them. But okay, what did he sign for? 3 years?
It was a 3-year deal. It was like 3 years.
So they're looking for Batty to be here within 3 years, manning third base. That's why they're thinking ahead.
Well, he can play. He can play multiple positions. So even if Batty comes up, no,
Batty, the other guy,
Escobar. My God,
Escobar. Sanchez, Robles,
Javier.
One of those.
Let's get completely
that's the
racist.
First name, you dork.
Call him
Puerto Rican. What is that?
Can we drop the volume on the drops, because it sounds? It was almost like it couldn't even come through.
We didn't even know.
It definitely came through.
Your joke failed.
I think if I had to decipher that, it was the Dumb and Dumber
spit, right?
Bathroom poop scene.
Yeah. Wow. You're better than me. I thought it was about hacking a spit.
So are they saying that JD Davis was hurt last year also? What's going on? We're going to find out the entire team was hurt.
It says everyone had
playing with himself in the locker room.
Well, this tweet, Pat Ragazzo and all this other stuff that's going on, 2021 making some sort of sense. JD Davis and Dom were both hurt. Conforto had COVID lag, and McNeil had a mental issue.
Yeah, he got his butt whooped by Lindor.
All right, so another team is now in the mix for Conforto, I think. The Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, go there.
Right.
The Twins are looking at both of the big A's pitchers that are left there, Montas and Manaya. Conforto, another possibility there. Some fans are wondering why Conforto hasn't fired Boris yet.
Yeah, he should be on the Mets. Conforto. I'm sorry. Conforto comes back to the Mets. This guy becomes the fourth outfielder because Nemo's gonna be hurt 2 weeks into the season.
I'm
telling you.
Like you guys watching out there, go on Twitter and just put Conforto's name in the search, and you'll just see it's just Met fan after Met fan. Mets lineup could really use Michael Conforto. As long as Conforto's in limbo, I can't enjoy baseball. Wow.
How about this?
I feel like we left one behind.
I'm just going to throw this out there. And I'll do it tonight as well. Everybody who watches this, everybody who is a Met fan, including us, let's at Stephen Cohen and say, get Conforto in here.
Ooh.
Let's bug him.
Look at this.
Twitter.
A movement.
Yeah, let's do it.
Terzio, get started.
Terzio and his ex-wife will run down to Twitter.
Oh man, yeah, it literally is just a ton of just Conforto should be with the Mets. A Mets reunion should happen, but then you got SNY Mets reunion with Conforto does not seem likely.
I don't
get
If it's not Conforto, give me another starter besides this guy. This guy is, I don't know why they think he's this guy. He's a 250 hitter, right? If that, he's a 250 career hitter. And he's not and he doesn't play better defense than Conforto.
244. Last year he had 231. Now listen, last year, remember Conforto got off to that awful start? In his final 77 games, he hit 278.
Dude. We have a
Connor's 32.
A 244 hitter taking the spot of Michael Conforto.
Well, and if you want to take it a step further, he's gone from 273 to 246 to 231. So he's gone 273, 246, 231.
Right. We have to talk to Cohen directly. We have to call him.
And he hit 17. He hit. No, I can't say that.
I just tweeted at Stephen.
Oh, you
Cohen,
did it?
Get Conforto in here. # Uncle Steve.
He's like a backup. He's a backup. He's a bench guy.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even in a full year, he hit 17 home runs, 61 RBIs. Conforto has eclipsed that. He's hit over 30 home runs.
He does that. He does.
The more I'm
had a good season. Imagine that.
And he's a borderline Gold Glover.
Borderline Gold Glover, absolutely. He plays a really good right field.
Yeah.
What is going on? What is the deal, Mr. Cohen?
We just got really annoyed, all of us, didn't we?
Like,
what the fuck are we doing?
Tell Faraci what we need to know.
Fuck a top bad decision making. Fuck a top. At the bell, baby.
At the bell. Terzio got the tweets going. All right. Michael Conforto, if he goes to the Phillies, he'll be a clone of Daniel Murphy. He'll kill us. I have no doubt that if Conforto goes somewhere, he'll be a Mets killer.
How dare you?
That's just how we
he's gonna kill us.
Say that.
It is. I mean,
he's wrong.
He's a Met at heart. He's not a trader like Daniel Murphy. He would get up to the plate and he would just watch strikes pass and go sit on the bench.
Or he'll bunt for a base hit down the left field line.
Coming to Old Timers game. Why would that moron Murphy, that racist?
Oh well, because he had the most
Murphy
prolific.
No, he stinks. Get him out of here.
He had the most prolific offseason performance in Met.
He also had a beautifully prolific ground ball go right below his glove.
Oh, listen, I share the dislike, but I have to be realistic and say the guy performed. I mean, if it wasn't for him. Well, I don't know if it wasn't for him, but he really carried us with the bat to the Dodger and Cubs series.
Then he murdered us.
I think Cespedes in the World Series murdered us. Cespedes is the one that killed us by booting the ball across left field. That was the beginning of the end for us. CSI.
Don't make me defend Cespedes. Marlins are in on Nick Castellanos.
Defend that boot across left field. Because that was the start of the end of us.
He's the only reason we got to the playoffs. He's the only reason that we got to the playoffs.
And Daniel Murphy's the only reason why we got to the World Series. I can say that easily too.
Yeah, but Daniel Murphy sucks.
At the time, Mets Perez was the beast. That's the reason we got to the playoffs. Faraci, I cannot deny
and the thing that we talked about all that time, his crappy, shitty defense. Oh, under his glove. Defense wins championships.
No, it was
Cespedes
bad, but the thing is, you cannot deny how far he carried us into those playoffs with his bat. Yes,
but he did shit before that. If you don't bring in Cespedes
in the playoffs, he
we ain't even talking about this.
A huge piece of what got us
of a ground ball.
You guys are in denial.
He's our fucking Bill Buckner.
Oh, okay. Let's look at 12 moments.
The F word.
Forget them because of one moment. It's right. And it's true.
Y'all wait. You want me to pull up more Daniel Murphy moments? I will make a fucking montage, baby.
I'm just talking about those playoffs.
Yeah.
I can pull up a bunch of Daniel Murphy moments too. I'm just talking about those playoffs. And that's it. He was a huge reason why we were in the World Series in the first place.
Yeah. You can't take that away from him, but then he killed us. He's a traitor. He did,
but so did Cespedes.
And he's a homophobe.
Cespedes is the only reason why we got to the playoffs.
How did Cespedes kill us? He left. He gone. He hasn't done
once we got into the World Series and he booted that ball across left field, it was the beginning of the end at that point. It was just a
wait a second, but okay, so that was one thing. So that
it was one thing with Daniel Murphy. The one play. I mean, come on.
What do you mean? The Daniel Murphy play allowed runs to score, and we lost the fucking game.
So did Cespedes when he kicked the ball across left field like he was playing soccer with a baseball and had to chase it all the way to the foul line.
Familia gets the final. Game's over.
Move it along.
La Familia. I don't get told to move along. La Familia gave up that
argument. Arguments are fun. Arguments are interesting. Arguments are what brings on the ratings.
I'm arguing because Rodriguez says we don't argue enough.
Really?
I'm kidding.
Listen, we are all right, but my point is, you just cannot deny Daniel Murphy's worth in how he got us into that World Series.
He's a douche.
got us into the World Series.
He played a huge role.
A 25 man roster. One guy.
One guy got us really far in that World Series, in the playoffs to that World Series. Yes, he did.
Well, if you don't get there unless you get.
Oh, you don't remember all those home runs against the
I do.
Cubs?
But without Cespedes getting the Mets to the playoffs, unless he's
Oh, okay. He got us to the playoffs just to play soccer with a baseball in left field. I mean, it's the argument is the same.
He's got to hold it at.
We are throwing the same right, and you got to hold it at one play. We're throwing the same argument at each other. We're throwing the same argument at each other.
Familia lost the series for us.
I agree with that too. This is. Let's keep going.
All right, Keith, take us to the next subject.
I agree with it.
What is the next subject?
He's still mad. Wow, look at him. Look at his head shining. He's so mad. Look.
No, it's a stupid lighting.
He's so.
His
head is all red. You pissed him off really bad.
Not red. It's the lighting, dude.
Look,
I think
I can even change the color.
Daniel Murphy's, he
mad,
hit some home runs, and we won every single one of those games by one run with Murphy hitting the ball.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's really not a good person.
No, Murphy is a scumbag. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is you cannot deny what he did for us in that playoffs that year, the National League playoffs.
All right, Mets Mount Rushmore. Go ahead, Keith. Tell me. Daniel Murphy.
Yeah, it's gonna be
jack off to Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy, Benny Agbayani, and Bobby Bonilla. Wait, I need four. Damn.
Yeah. So last week, as we finished up, we went to
Benny Agbayani.
We started into our Mount Rushmore, but we were running out of time, so we stopped at manager, right? And who do we have? I had Davey.
We picked
Rodriguez, Davey, and Keith. You went with.
I went with Gil
Hodges. Gil Hodges? Yeah.
Gil Hodges.
Okay.
And producer Joe went with I think Dave too, also Johnson.
Gil Hodges also won everything on his own.
Yeah, I mean he's great.
Davey Johnson really screwed out. No,
but I have to go for my manager when I was my age, my team that was 86 Mets.
Yeah, that's why it was a hard decision for me too, Rodriguez, because that's my guy. I grew up with him. That team is why I'm a Met fan. But just I wanted to pay homage to Gil Hodges.
Absolutely.
In a lot of ways, he doesn't get it. So, yeah.
Say it fancy. Homage.
Terzio,
I told you, Terzio. I said this was an Irish coffee. That's exactly what that means. That there's whiskey in there. We don't forget Yogi.
That's code, man.
Boom. Just like Keith, have you ever heard the term when you pop open a beer, Irish crickets?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I learned that from Entourage the other day. Yeah, me neither. I was like, all right.
Okay.
So I think that's a New York Irish thing. Irish.
All right. So what is happening here? All right. So Joe. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? Joe has Davey at 1, Bobby Valentine at 2, and Gil Hodges at 3. For
Bobby Valentine, did he say? Really? Wow.
Bobby V. Hey, he's the only manager that we impersonated live on the air.
Yeah, and I remember that. Those during COVID year. Just throwing it out there, not trying to go deeper into this. I would say TC, who at first his first year in, I did not like him, but I grew to really love Terry Collins. I mean, the guy
had man love for him.
I love him so much. He's so cute.
Shout out to Dallas Green.
He's like a little leprechaun.
No, he is. He's just his passion. Green today. His passion for the game and the way he handled so many adverse situations with terrible ownership and management back in those days on the Mets. Yeah, he was like a
grandpa to all the young guys,
Yeah, he was like,
except for Beltran, who still turned out to be the scumbag of the kids.
Yeah, he was like our non-senile Casey Stengel,
Yeah.
You're right, Terzio. Beltran is right in there with Murphy, as screwing us over.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow.
That's the one. That's A-okay with me.
You know,
Say that
All right,
again.
let's wait. Let's get. I'm messing with you, Keith.
Let's
get to the Mount
Fuck
Rushmore here.
Terzio. Tim Tabala. This one's for you. Frank Terzio. Fuck.
Oh my God.
All right,
Tim is relaxed. Poor Tim.
Let's wrap this around here. Rodriguez, you want to get us kicked off with one of your guys? That doesn't have to be the first guy, left to right, or
could be the second guy.
Yeah. Second guy, the third guy. Where'd Rodriguez go?
He turned into a circle again.
Wait, and he muted.
He's a triple.
All right, so Rodriguez won't start. Keith, you want to start us off?
What position are we at?
No, what position? This is not position by position. It's just Mount Rushmore. Your four guys.
Like everything.
Yeah.
I'm just giving one right now.
Terzio, thank you.
Am I just giving one right now?
Yeah. We'll
I got to go number one for me, and this is just an honor. I didn't really get to see him play. Is Tom Seaver, the franchise? Yeah. I got to go with him.
Like that's the one that is right. Always going to be there. That's if you don't have Tom Seaver on your Mount Rushmore, then you're not a Met fan, or you're just a
right. And just hearing the stories about him, even after his passing, people start telling more stories. Right. What a baseball guy! And his tenacity while he played was, kind of Scherzer, DeGrom-esque, or they are Seaver-esque, I should say, because Scherzer, DeGrom, they are vicious when they play. DeGrom's not as demonstrative as Scherzer is, but Tom Seaver was the same way. He was, laser, it's really amazing. We have the two pitchers we have at the top of our rotation right now, and I think that Seaver was a step above them, but that kind of player.
I think you're wrong. I don't even think Seaver deserves to be on here.
I was gonna say, go put the Yankee hat on and take a hike.
Terzio's talking about Tug McGraw. All right, Tim's dad, Tug McGraw. Yes, I mean you get a guy like Seaver, and obviously I wasn't alive to see him play as in his prime as a Met. But you just see all the highlights, and just the power behind his pitches, and then for the franchise to get traded, and just the tears flowing, he couldn't even talk at the locker room, at the locker. The guy was a Met, through and through. Though he went on and threw a no-hitter elsewhere. Came so close to handling that while he was at the Mets, but.
Can I just sidetrack off of that comment real quick and just say one quick thing? I feel so grateful as a Met fan that we have Steve Cohen, because he seems to be completely opposite of our history. Like, that move right there was terrible. Wilpon did a ton of terrible things. The Mets have a lot of. We lost Rodriguez. The Mets have a lot of history.
He needed to. Yeah. Sorry, go start.
The Reds have a lot of history of terrible decision making, right? And it seems like Cohen, he's not going to be perfect all the time, but he seems to be riding that ship a little bit. And when you said that, it just kind of brought that to my mind. I wanted to throw that out there, and I'm grateful for that as a Met fan.
Yeah, and the statue, that's the
retiring Keith's number. I mean,
right? Yeah. But those are the kind of things that are done so far after the fact that now you got a Tom. It wouldn't be great to have a Tom Seaver statue while he was alive to appreciate it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
the man was a legend. Should have been. Obviously we had the owners that we had, and they've, spent a lot of time kissing other asses, for lack of a better term. But
I think the Wilpons
didn't really take care of their own.
Yeah, I don't think they. I think this was a side hobby for them. Like you come home and you have a puzzle on your table. And that's what the Mets were to them. Like they really didn't put that kind of effort, heart, and love into it. And Steve Cohen, he has his huge business. I mean, that made him a billionaire, and it's one of the biggest investment firms in the world. And he puts so much focus into the Mets, so much heart into the Mets, and you can see that how much he cares. I've never felt that from the Wilpon era ever.
Ever.
And as a Met fan, I always saw the bright side of things because that's what we do. We set ourselves up for failure. But seeing this side of having a owner who cares, it makes me understand why the Yankees loved Steinbrenner.
Yeah.
And he's like now better, but our Steinbrenner. He's not Steinbrenner. He's better,
Right.
because he's Uncle Steve. But it's
And
like our thing now.
and he's like no, the stuff like Old Timers Day, that's a no-brainer to me. Like,
right.
That's like cash coming in. Fans are gonna eat that up. Like
George
why?
and I used to go to all the Old Timers games. It's fun.
Right?
You kidding me?
The old timer stuff is fun. People laugh, they
Yeah.
joke around. It's not
When they
big
bring the wall in
thing
and like
there.
right behind second base is
Right.
own run wall. It's
right.
hysterical.
And then especially with the guys like guys who are just more recently retired that still crush the ball into the upper deck against the pitch, like with Raleigh Fingers throws. He's like 110 years old and he's throwing a flutter ball up there, and but those are the type of things that ownership really needed to get involved in. And I think we'll stop here on our the Mount Rushmore so that we can get
our love for Steve Cohen.
Rodriguez in. Yeah, get some love for Steve Cohen. I just looked on the Twitter. And so Alex Cohen, Steve Cohen's wife, just presented Buck Showalter with a shirt, and it says Buck in white, and it says buckle up. Like,
nice.
Get ready. This is going to be a ride this year.
Can we take 30 seconds? Your opinion on Buck Showalter's approach and his interviews and stuff like that. What do you think about that?
I freaking love it. I listened to the one that they played on Mets in the Morning this morning, where they were talking about. They asked him about pumping in crowd noise. I don't know if you had listened to the one.
I heard that. Yeah.
So talking pumping in crowd noise, he says, you got to make it realistic and stuff. People are we practice the I got it drill, and you can hear like a pin drop. There's no fans, but when you put the fans in there, it gives you that scenario. And he's said he's done it back with different ball clubs. What was the? Oh, he did say no. You did. You hear what he said about DeGrom? So they asked him about DeGrom, and he says, "You know what? I think he might make the team."
I did like that they asked him some questions about like who would make the team. Is he going to be in the bullpen? He goes, guys who want to be starters, I don't want to talk about them in the bullpen. That's a conversation I'm going to have with them. He's so seasoned, and it's so refreshing to see a seasoned manager on the team who knows how to handle these scenarios way better than what we've experienced in the past. And no disrespect to like Castillo, because I really like him a lot, but this move was the right move. Yeah,
Rojas?
bringing him in. Yeah, no. All right. Why do I always Castillo?
Because you love Luis Castillo.
No, because I can't get the nightmare of the ball off the head.
I know.
It's Yankee game. But Rojas, I love Rojas. I think he's a great baseball guy, but the experience Buck brings in, it's really refreshing. And I'm really looking forward to it. And he comes in like what is Josh Lewin call him, General MacArthur?
Yeah.
But then at the end of all that, he starts cracking jokes. He's
right where you don't expect it.
Yeah,
like
he loosens
some dry
up,
stuff, dry humor and stuff.
I'm
going through. I'm going through some last minute Twitter stuff just before we go off air here, just to see if anything else came in. Lindor and JD Davis both went deep today. Padres have inquired about Dom Smith and Jeff McNeil, but nothing has progressed. It's expected to be a long shot, and they said expect to stay.
Take them both for Tatis.
Yeah.
Put Tatis a third, will be all right.
So it looks as though the feeling within the organization now is that Dom, McNeil, and JD Davis will all be with the team.
And I think JD Davis is a big question mark, and I think he's got a lot to prove. But I think Dom and McNeil are really key parts of this lineup right now. Unless
Dom has to have a bounce back. Dom
he does,
had a severe power outage last year, and if it was because of an injury, if that is the case, then okay, let's get back to business this year. But I those three guys I really wanted to keep on the team because I do feel that they can be big pieces. I think JD Davis is a tremendous hitter. I don't know if he's how he's worked on his defense over the offseason, but something that was interesting we'll cover next week. Last thing from me is that they were talking about Chris Bryant, top 10 third baseman right now. Chris Bryant was number 10, and they mentioned JD Davis at number 12. And we've talked about this over. Remember when the Mets were in the mix for Bryant, and I was like, why are we going to get Bryant when we have this same guy? JD Davis is
at a quarter of the price.
cheaper Bryant, right? Defensively, and I believe JD Davis can be an offensive threat like that, but both of them suffer from their defense.
But you see,
it helps now that the DH is involved.
JD Davis's defense, I think, is a lot of teachable things with the right coaching, because his double palm. Yeah, you know what drives me nuts is
that's
double
the big
palm.
thing, right?
Yeah, so I think a lot of his stuff is teachable with the right coach, and if somebody gets that under control, the guy can be a superstar player. He can be.
I think they should reverse shift him.
Homer.
You know why? So you know why? Because it's the routine balls where he does the double tap. The ones to it, like if he's got to go to his left, there's no double tap. If he's got to go to his right, there's no double tap. He spins and throws. They've shown that, but it's on the grounders directly to him that he thinks he has all the time in the world. He's got 4 taps, boom, 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 and he's safe.
And I think it's a mental thing. It's like a Mackey Sasser tick thing. Not as bad as Mackey Sasser, of course, but it's just a tick thing. It's just but I think it's also teachable.
David Wright did have, but he poured on the accuracy later on in his career with the back. His accuracy became a little bit less.
And first of all, second
so does JD Davis. By the way, JD Davis has a great arm.
He does have a good arm.
It's the tapping. It doesn't make up for the time he takes on the quadruple taps.
But David Wright started doing it more to adjust to his injury in his later years. So Yep.
All right, that'll do it for us this week. We covered a lot of stuff today, and there's a lot more to cover for next week.
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot. I was going to ask you offline, but I'm just going to throw it out there on air. When are we going to do our predictions, our Met predictions, and baseball?
I think I have. I think I've got that on there.
Did you send that out? I have your agenda, but I
So the week of the 28th, I have that we're going to do the player predictions, and then the week of the 4th, which is opening day week, we're going to go through. Well, because we always go a little bit long on the player predictions because there's a lot to cover on that,
and we argue a lot.
Yeah, we do, and then we're way off base by the end of the year. And then MLB predictions. We'll do the totality of MLB. We'll talk about the different divisions and whatnot, and why the Mets are going to win the World Series. But that's in the next few weeks. So we got two more shows before opening day, and then we get back to business, baby. We start talking about the different series. Oh, it's going to be exciting.
Can I just say?
Yes.
It's closing comments.
Yeah.
Baseball is back, baby. Fuakata lockout. You know what? Fuakata shift. I don't like that they took it away necessarily, but Fuakata anyway. Fuakata everything except baseball. Baseball is back. Stop your complaining. The Mets are back. We got a great team. The whole NL East is stacked. It's going to be a very competitive year. We got Scherzer. We got DeGrom. We got Bassett. I mean, this is going to be a hell of a year that we haven't experienced in a very long time. Let's go Mets, baby. And did I mention baseball is back, baby?
Yeah. Terzio said there was a show on the internet and they were talking about predictions and none of them mentioned the Mets, and not even in the playoffs. Remember a couple of years ago, and I messed with Rodriguez and I said I didn't have the Mets going to the playoffs, and he walked out of the studio.
Yes. What show was that, Terzio? Because I would like to make sure I never watched them.
Yeah, definitely. All right. For my closing remarks, again, baseball's back. The spring games, there's only like 7-ish or so that are going to be televised, but the games are back. Spring training obviously is a little bit shortened, and I'm finally confident with the guy that we have at the helm in a Buck Showalter who can control these guys and just get the most out of him. I mean, Pete's raring to go. He's got a new lease on life after that. We didn't talk about that, but he had that rollover accident. I mean, what the hell hit him? That rolled over that big ass truck 3 times.
Car blew a light and blasted
bear.
him.
Yeah, T-boned him. T-boned him. Polar bear.
A polar bear who had sex with Sonic the Hedgehog and their kid. The polar bear Sonic the Hedgehog kid ran into the car. Anyway, sorry.
All right. So until
My
next
ex-wife.
week, we'll probably be back here next Friday. But we'll keep you updated. Obviously, there's going to be moves to be made. There's still a lot of guys out there. There's over 200 free agents still left and available. Obviously, just a few more top tier guys. Sign Conforto, please. Don't make Connor watch Connor go out and hit 325 and have a Bernard Gilkey year, and we'll be excited as hell.
Yeah, right.
But that'll do it for us this week. For myself, Rodriguez is back just in time to say goodbye. let's bring him on.
Comments.
Rodriguez, we're doing closing comments. Got anything for the?
I can't understand a word you're saying, but I think you're saying ending comments. So wrap it up. You guys have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Let's go Mets. We're gonna kill it, man. We're gonna have a good year. Cy Ground are 1 and 2 for the Cy Young. What?
They might steal votes from each other. So that's
shut your face, Karachi.
I know, but it's poop and milk. Oh, we could say have a great weekend, guys. It's Friday, a Friday show.
Sound like it. Awesome.
Like a what?
Deuces.
Peace out.
Drop the deuce.
Peace out, everybody. Producer Joe, get us out of here.